Hey everyone, Digital David here. Today in this video, I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing the 2NICE FreeBot WT10 robot vacuum cleaner. I did receive this product to review, but any opinion expressed in this video is strictly my own. That being said, if you're interested in this product, you want to find out more about it, the link to it will be in my video description below. You can see the nice retail box and packaging right here walking us through the tech specs, more product information on the back side. And we have a QR code to the mobile app you can download for iOS and Android devices. This also works with Amazon Alexa and Google Assistant. We can look at the tech specs. So our color is black, 500 milliliter dustbin capacity. We have 3 different cleaning modes: auto, spot, and edge. App support, remote control support. We have an anti-drop detection sensor and an anti-collision sensor. And our runtime is anywhere between 90 and 110 minutes. Now let's go ahead, let's open this up and look at the package contents. Here are all the package contents. First up, you can see we have our Gosund app instructions right here walking us through everything we need to know, complete with QR codes. We have screenshots, screen grabs showing us everything we need to know about how to set up the mobile app with the RoboVac and how to activate voice control with Amazon Alexa and Google Assistant. So we have all of those setup instructions for the app. Then we have our robot vacuum user guide and manual, QR codes, product information, package list right here. We can learn about all the different parts with nice product diagrams, remote control settings, how to prep in our space before use, how to prep the vacuum before use, getting everything started, selecting your cleaning modes right here, different patterns. You can see how those different modes are going to work. Button controls, how to turn on the power button, how to set a schedule and programming instructions. You want to use the remote control for that, or the mobile app. Maintenance and dustbin instructions right here. How to properly clean everything, like the side brushes. Indicator light and alarm sounds. We have those options right there too for you. Tons of charts and diagrams you guys can see. Product specs as well. So this features an 1800 milliamp hour battery, 23 watt hours. Troubleshooting section as well too. And we have their warranty information on the last page right there. Next, you can see we have our product information guide right here, but we can flip it over for our quick start guide. So you can learn how to set everything up in 6 easy steps. And then we have some important tips for proper operating instructions. Next, you can see we have our 2 side brushes to use and then 2 additional replacement side brushes. We have the included remote control with the 2NICE logo and branding on it. 2 AAA batteries are included. We have our air filter right here. We have our charging power supply for the charging base. Here's the charging base with our built-in cleaning tool. You can see how that looks from all different sides. There's where we're going to plug in the power adapter. Here's from the other side. You can see it from the bottom with our grip feet. And then back right here, you can see our charging contacts. Peel this off before use. And last but not least, you can see we have the RoboVac right here. Let's go ahead, let's look at that in more detail. So here's the vacuum cleaner up close. Pay attention to its nice, compact, and small size. You can see the top, we got the 2NICE logo and branding. We have our power button right here to turn it on and off. We can go ahead, we can open up the top flap too to reveal our on and off switch. Then you can see we have our dustbin right here that we can easily remove. You can see our air filter that we can go ahead and pull out to easily replace as needed and clean. Then you can see on this side, we can go ahead, we can pull that tab to reveal the inside of the dustbin so we can easily empty out all the contents. We have our instructions right there, QR code for the Gosund app. So you can see that. There's the inside with it removed. We also have on the top of the lid, we have some of our troubleshooting options right here for you too, depending on the beeps and sounds that you hear. Pretty cool. Nice flap, just shuts. Let's look at it from all different sides. Here it is from the back. You can see our ventilation right there. Then you can see it from the side. We don't have a physical bumper, but you can see our sensors right there all along the front and then this side as well. And then we're back to the back. Now let's look at it from the bottom. You can see we have our omnidirectional wheel right here, our charging contacts. You can see our cliff sensors as well. Here's where our main suction's going to take place right here for the RoboVac. So there is no main brush roller. You can see it's just gonna suck all the contents in right here as it's vacuuming with the side brushes attached. You can see here are the wheels as well. Now let's go ahead, let's finish setting up the vacuum. So to get everything set up, we just need to install the side brushes. You can see them right here. So go ahead, just gently line them up and press in place. So just got a square attachment that's gonna mount right in, and now you can see everything is set up right here. So we're ready to go ahead. We can remove all of the protective film and plastic on the vacuum in the charging base. And then we're ready to start using the vacuum. Now let's go ahead, let's go over the remote controls. Now you can see we got the remote control set up with the 2 included AAA batteries. We have a nice indicator display right at the top for us to easily manage all the controls and set our schedule for our RoboVac if we don't want to use our mobile device. So first up, we have our auto clean mode. Then we have our return to home to charge mode. Then you can see our directional arrows to drive the RoboVac and start and pause our cleaning. Then you can see with the clock button, that's going to be to set the current time. Then we have our scheduling button right here, followed by our program cleaning mode that's optimized to give you a nice back and forth logical clean for hard floors. Then we have our fan button right here. This is going to be our suction level setting. Then in the middle, we have our spot cleaning mode, followed by our edge cleaning mode. Now let's go ahead, let's get the mobile app downloaded and set this up. So on your mobile device, go ahead, download the Gosund app, or you can use the Smart Life app if you already have a bunch of other 2 products or Smart Life products that you're currently using. Once you're at this home screen within that app, when you sign in and create your account, we can select the plus icon in the top right-hand corner. Now we need to choose our device. So you can see we have a couple different options to browse through, but we could start with small home appliances, and then you can scroll down to our RoboVacs right here. In this case, this is a Wi-Fi RoboVac. Go ahead, select that. Now you need to enter your network information. Make sure you're connected to a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi network. Once you have that network selected, enter your password and then select next. Then you'll be at this screen where we're ready to reset the device. So go ahead, hold down the power button for a couple of seconds until the RoboVac beeps. And then you can see we have a blinking indicator light for the power button, and we're ready to confirm that it's blinking. Now at this step, it's going to work on adding the device to our network and setting everything up. Once it's connected, you'll be at this screen where we're ready to go ahead. We can change the name right here of the RoboVac if we want. If not, we can select done, and we're going to be taken into the device settings. If for some reason you have any issues during setup mode, let me show you guys really quick where you can go back into the mobile app when you're setting this up the first time to enable a different setup option that maybe will work best for you. In my case, this is what I ended up having to do. So I went to, let's go small home appliance. Let's select Wi-Fi, enter your network information. Then in this step, I was not able to get it to work right away. I had to select easy mode, but I went to AP mode instead. And this actually cast a network for me. So I went ahead, I can confirm, you'll hit next. Then you'll go right here to your Wi-Fi settings and you'll find a Smart Life network and connect to that, go back into the app, and then it will set everything up for you. So you can try both of those ways. One of them should work for you. For me, in this case, it worked best to do the AP mode. Now let's go back into the vacuum settings. So here are the vacuum settings right here that you'll be taken into, and you can see first up, let's look in the top right-hand corner. We have our edit icon. This is going to take us to our device information. We can change the name again. We can set up a tap to run automation, third-party controls. If we want to integrate this with Amazon Alexa, Google Assistant, they have step-by-step instructions. We can choose to receive an offline notification. We can also share this device with friends or family members right there. We can create a group with other smart devices to control at the same time. And you can see FAQ section. We can add to home screen, check device network, and view device updates. We can also remove the device. Now we can go back into the vacuum settings. You can see we have our cleaning area measurements, cleaning time, our electricity, our battery level right there. Then you can see we have more options down here. So first we have the on button. So we could turn that on. And you can see the vacuum's going to come on, so we're going to turn that back off. Then you can see we have this map option right there. We'll give it a first clean and see if it populates anything. Then we have our charge, and that's going to take it back home to charge. And then you can see we have our different modes down here: smart cleaning mode, zigzag, edge, spot, or manual. So with manual, you can see we can drive the vacuum around like so and do a manual clean, which is pretty cool. Very responsive. And then we have our scheduling option right here. So we can add a schedule if we want to set up a certain time, choose which days of the week we want it to repeat. We can add a note. We can say like morning clean, something like that. Choose if we want to receive a notification. And then we can also have the cleaning switch. We can turn that on or off, which is pretty cool. So there you go. You can see that right there. Then we have this more section. So we can see a nice cleaning record and breakdown of all the cleans that the vacuum has done. And you can see we can seek the robot. Let's confirm. It's going to beep for us. So let's push this button. There we go. Oh, it's still beeping. All right. We had... All right. I held it down. That got it to stop. And then you can see we have our fan suction settings right here. Low, medium, and high, basically, so we can choose which one we want. Obviously, we'll get longer battery with the low settings, and we'll get the least amount of battery life with the high settings, but we'll get a more thorough and better clean because it's using more power to create more suction. Without that main brush roller, you're probably going to want to be in that middle or high setting. Now let's go back out. You can see we're back to the main app. Let's go ahead, let's fire this up and let it do its first clean. First up, we're going to look at the different cleaning modes. So the first mode we're going to try is zigzag. This mode is going to follow a logical pattern as it cleans. So let's go ahead, let's activate it right now. And you can see now we're in zigzag mode. So it's going to go back and forth in a logical cleaning pattern. Next mode we're going to do is edge mode. So let's activate that. And you can see it's going to find the perimeter of the room and just follow that path all throughout your house and space. So it's finding the edge right here, and it's just going to follow that edge and provide you with a nice edge clean along the baseboards. Smart enough right there to avoid the charging base. And then continue to work its way around the edge. Next mode is spot cleaning mode. So let's go ahead, let's activate that. And you can see it's going to clean in a circle around the same spot and just fan further and further out and then back in. So there we go. It just cleaned and finished the spot cleaning mode right there. You can see it stopped in place and now it's beeping to let us know that it finished spot cleaning. Next mode we're going to try out is the return to home. So we're going to select the charge button on the mobile app and it's going to go home and charge. There we go. It successfully found the home base and it's charging up. Now we're ready to put it in the auto smart mode so it can clean our house and we can see how it does. So we just activated it and now you can see it's going to clean in a sporadic randomized pattern. Now you can see what it's like for the RoboVac to navigate obstacles such as a kitchen table and chairs. So you can see what it's like. It's under the chairs right now, navigating just fine around the table leg. So you can see that right here. It is aware of the surrounding, and it's going to make its way underneath the whole table right there in zigzag mode. So there we go. It's completely under the table now, and it's working its way around. And now it's navigating back out. So you can see no issues there. Lined itself back up, and now it's continuing on with its clean. Now you can see what it's like for the RoboVac to encounter different obstacles. You can see it just went up on the rug and runner with no issues. Now it's encountering a bunch of shoes on the floor. And now it's going from that hard surface back up to the rug. No issues. And then back down from the rug to the hard surface. Continuing to navigate and clean. And now it's going to go back up from the hard surface, back up on the rug. And then here we go. It's going to go right back down, encounter the shoes. Do a half turn, half on the rug and half on the hard surface, and then continue on without getting stuck. So now you can see we're going to have the RoboVac drive up on a really thick shag rug that a lot of vacuum cleaners have trouble with. You can see in this case, it didn't even make it up there. The shag triggered the sensor, and it didn't drive up on the rug. We'll see if it goes up on the rug this time. So here we go. You can see it's going to make its way up on the rug, and it's navigating okay right now. We'll see if it can turn around. So it's still cleaning. It's definitely slowed down, but it is able to make its way back off of the rug remarkably. Without the main brush roller, I can tell it's not going to get as stuck in regards to the main brush picking up all those extra long fibers. But it is having a hard time navigating on the rug. So you can see right here it's turned around a little. So this is a really tough rug that all Robovacs, regardless of make or model, have a hard time navigating with. So just keep that in mind. It's better on hard floors or carpet as opposed to a really thick shag rug. In this case, it is able to drive up there, but I can't guarantee that it won't ever get stuck. So it's definitely slower in performance when it's up on the rug, and depending on the area it's navigating, it might end up slowing down so much that it does get stuck. So again, hard surfaces or carpet are great. Shag rugs, not ideal for any Robovac. Now we're ready to test the cliff sensors. You can see we're at the top of a staircase right here. We're going to go ahead and see if it will drive off or if the sensors will kick in and prevent it from going off the top of the steps. So here we go. Came right up to it. You can see no issues at all there. It did not go down the steps, so the sensor's working great. So now you can see the Robovac's cleaning the carpet right now. We have it in the zigzag cleaning mode. We could do the automatic smart clean, but you can see we're going to go back and forth right here, and you can see the different lines it's able to make as it cleans. And it's having no issues driving on the carpet, so performance is doing just fine. The carpet hasn't slowed it down or caused it any issues. So if you have hard floors and carpet in your house, you can see it will be able to clean both surfaces. And it's doing a good job with the lines going back and forth here on the carpet. So we just finished our first clean. Twice during the clean, I had to get it unstuck from the shag rug. But other than that, once the battery was dead, it did eventually find its way back home. So let's go ahead, let's open it up. Let's look at the contents of the clean, what we were able to get sucked up with this vacuum. So we can go ahead on this side right here, we'll be able to open everything up and take a look. Ooh, it's all gonna come out right here. It's all stuck in the filter. But check that out. Look at that, a lot of hair, a lot of carpet fibers, some smaller crumbs too. So you can see, I kind of dumped it out on the vacuum cleaner, but you can see we got salt, dirt, crumbs, little weeds, grass clippings, everything that you see from us. We have a lot of pet hair, things your pet could bring into the house, things that track in from your shoes, all of that stuff, human hair, pet hair, carpet fibers, some cardboard, so packaging materials there too, hair, fine dirt and dust particles. And you can see we get really small particles too with the clean. So we kind of have a wide variety of the really fine dust as well as some of those bigger, larger items. Now let's go ahead, let's look at the mobile app again. I'll show you guys a couple more of the settings now that we have the first clean under our belt. So now we're in the mobile app after our first clean. First, let's look at the map section right here. You can see nothing has changed after it cleaned our house. This doesn't have LiDAR, so I wasn't expecting it to make a map. I'm not really sure what this feature is for besides maybe other products that use the same app that would have mapping capabilities and features. So there you go, you can see what we have right there with the Maps tab. Then we can go to the More tab right here and we can see our cleaning record now. You can see we have a couple different options right here. So I'm thinking those first three are ones I did when I was filming today and then I let it run. So we got about 45 minutes with around 67% battery life. So you can kind of do the math there. That was with the middle suction setting. So I think if you did the lowest suction setting, you'd be able to get closer to that 90 minutes of battery life if you started with a full 100% charge and let it go all the way down to 0. But there you go. You can see our records do work. It does keep track of the cleans for you, and the map section doesn't populate anything. And I believe that is a feature either going to be added in the future, but since this doesn't have LiDAR navigation, I'm guessing that that is there and available for other vacuum cleaners that do. So the Robovac does work with Amazon Alexa and Google Assistant. So I'm going to show you guys how to set it up with Amazon Alexa, but you can follow a very similar process to link this with Google Assistant. So open up your Alexa app, select the More option in the bottom right-hand corner. Then we got to choose Skills and Games right here. So you can see it's going to load. Once it loads, you can search for the Gosund app or the Smart Life app, depends on whatever app you use to set the vacuum up. That's the one you're going to search for. So let's go ahead, let's hit the search icon. Let's type in Gosund. And there you go, you can see it right here. We can select it. So at this stage, yours will look different than mine. Yours will say enable skill where mine says disable skill. You're going to go ahead, you're going to click that button. It's going to take you to a page to sign in with your Gosund account credentials to authorize Alexa to use it, and then you're all set and ready to go to start using your Robovac with Alexa. Hey Alexa, start bot. So you can see it started right up and it's vacuuming and cleaning for us. Hey Alexa, turn off bot. And you can see we're able to shut it down. And now you can see it spinning in place. And it's going to find its way back home to charge. So here we go. Looks like it found its spot already with the charger. Now it's going to position and line itself up. And here we go. It's home and it's charging. So here are my final thoughts after using the 2NICE WT10 robot vacuum cleaner. First, I want to say I think my favorite feature is actually the size of this RoboVac. It's very small and compact to a lot of other RoboVacs on the market today, but it still is a complete kit. They give you the charging base, they give you an extra filter, they give you extra side brushes, they have a nice cleaning tool integrated directly into the charging base, and it's got a nice design for being small and compact. And I gotta point out, I do enjoy that it uses the Gosund app, which is part of the 2NICE app, so you can use the Smart Life app. If you have a lot of other Smart Life products, it just makes sense to stay in that ecosystem. So I'm pleased with the experience that we get to set everything up. It's very simple and straightforward, and it does work. We can also integrate it with Amazon Alexa and Google Assistant. Yes, we have basic controls at the moment just to basically turn it on and off, but that's good enough. If you shut it down, it's gonna find its way back home and you're all set and ready to go. In regards to this versus a lot of the other RoboVacs I've reviewed, while I stand in the same position with those other ones, I prefer to have a RoboVac that has LiDAR navigation. Yes, they cost a lot more, but I argue that it's so worthwhile because it can really see and process your environment and makes better maps for you and actually gives you custom controls like virtual walls, barriers. Some of them even have, multi-level and multi-map support. So I think all those features are a great trade-off, even if that bumps up the price point. But if you are on a really tight budget and you just want any RoboVac, then this is going to be something you're going to want to consider. But I would recommend getting one with LiDAR navigation if you could, and also get one that has a main brush roller. I think you're going to get a much better clean with one that actually has a roller brush that's working versus just straight suction power with the side brush. Not saying it doesn't work. We were able to pick up dirt, dust, and debris from around our house. But again, without that LiDAR navigation, we're not getting the most consistent and constant clean. But I will give them the props for having that zigzag mode. That's really cool. This is one of the first RoboVacs I've seen that just has your infrared sensors that actually offers that zigzag mode feature, which I think is very beneficial because, like the LiDAR navigation units, it's going to actually process and track your house and give you a much better clean. Now, this doesn't know where it is as well as those LiDAR units, so take it with a grain of salt, but it is nice that we have that feature. And this one did get stuck on my shag rug. That's really not a surprise because I've had every RoboVac, whether it was on, the cheapest end versus the most expensive end, get stuck on that rug. So it's always good to have a RoboVac that you can set up those no-go zones so you can just prep your house to make sure it can clean the areas that it can actually clean versus having to play Find My Vacuum and get my vacuum unstuck. But overall, nice, small, compact form factor, great mobile app experience with the Smart Life Gosund 2NICE app, and some cool features even at this budget-friendly price point to kind of compensate for not having the latest and greatest navigation. Well, that concludes our video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget the product link will be in our video description below. Please go ahead, check it out, and do your shopping from there. Any purchase made through that link helps support our channel at no additional cost to you. So we're really grateful and thankful for all of your support. While you're at it, can you go ahead and hit that like button for us? And subscribe to our channel. We have new content coming out daily, and we don't want you to miss anything. Please go ahead and give us a follow online and make it a clean sweep. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, TikTok, Discord. You can message us on WeChat, check out our website, and join our free newsletter. Thank you guys so much for being here. Don't forget, new content daily, and we can't wait to see you in our next video.